今シーズン、ついにワールドシリーズの舞台を迎えることになった大谷選手。毎年ワールドシリーズを見てきましたが、出場できないという残念な気持ちでした。でも今年は参加することができ、とても楽しみにしています。と、晴れやかな表情で語りました。今回の動画はこちらの大谷選手へのインタビューをフルでご紹介と、野球解説者がワールドシーズンについて議論している海外番組の日本語翻訳をご紹介します。ぜひ高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。
いよいよ始まるなと。はい、今はそういう。
Just very excited. It just feels like it's finally has arrived. I have been watching the World Series every year, and watching in a sense of disappointment because I couldn't play in one. But this year, I'm able to participate in one, and very much looking forward to it. I do feel the Japan Series and the World Series is going to be a little different from a Japanese fans' perspective. Japan Series has its own significance for the Japanese people, and with the World Series, I'm sure it helps that there are Japanese players participating. I never really focused on this being my first year. I just really focused on playing each and every single game and doing the best that I can, and imagining that I would be standing in this stage. In terms of the injuries, just looking back, I do really feel like it was a team effort to get through the season. Just, as a non-Dodger, kind of looking outside in, I've always felt like, the Dodgers were able to, easily make it to the postseason, but I've really learned to appreciate what it took to make it to the postseason despite the injuries, and it was really, truly a team effort.
World Series report presented by Capital One. We talked earlier about the Yankees bullpen, so how about this Dodgers bullpen and what they entail? 5-0 so far, 3 for 3 in save opportunities. A little higher ERA than the Yankees, still solid, though 3.16. Look at the innings they pitched. 57 innings and a 237 opponent average. I'll be honest, Mikey, if you'd said to me best bullpens proud of the world, or at least the postseason, I would have said Cleveland's great, Milwaukee's really good. I didn't realize how good the Dodgers were until that bullpen game against the Padres. Then you got my attention, and clearly Dave Roberts has shown his high-leverage guys. He has a lot of confidence in them. They're going to be critical in this series.
And they're riding high, and for me, the guy with the best stuff going into the postseason is Blake Trinan.
Yeah.
Like it's Clay Holmes-this at his best type sinker with an absolute wipeout slider right now. He's just, over the last 2 months of the regular season, he gave up a run, like singular, a run. So he's, riding high. He's done great in the postseason, but he's one guy. We know Game 4 is going to be a bullpen game, so who do you turn to? The news we heard here, Alex Vesia, I think this is huge.
Big.
I think it's huge. He had a 1.76 ERA. He was their go-to left-handed guy out of the pen. But you look at Michael Kopech, his ERA was a 4.7 with the White Sox. He comes in and he's unhittable. He's had about a 1.13. So he showed he could be the opener and start like he did in the NLCS. You got Brazier. Brent Honeywell is a long guy that maybe if you need an extended amount of innings in the middle of the game, he can extend it, go 3-4 innings if need be, depending on the score. They have a lot of options. The stuff plays. It's going to be fascinating for me. Anthony Band is another guy. Yes. He's going to be called on to get some big outs. So it's interesting, the lefty matchup for both sides.
So I think what plays here, watching, there's a lot of right-handers, right? We got Vesia if he's on, right? We only had Banda. There's similar looks. And I think what Dave Roberts was able to do by coming in that whole inning, you tell me, different release point, different coming at you, cross my body, open up, etc. They have good arms, but they put the ball in play. You mentioned about Trinan. Here's a guy, ball sinker, slider, but, not a lot of their strikeout rate is like 21st as a bullpen in baseball. You wouldn't think that, right? We just showed the numbers in the postseason.
Yeah.
But I like that because the stuff is there, and they're aggressive. They fill up the zone. Not a whole lot of hard contact. But I think what Dave Roberts can do with different looks based on release, this is where the technology and the analytics comes in. Because you tell me, right-handers dude might still throw 95, but it's a little different.
Very different. And for me, two specific guys. You got Michael Kopech, who's upper 90s. He kind of likes to play up in the zone, right? Rising high fastball. You feed him into a Blake Trinan power sinker. Those are two totally different at-bats. I don't care if the velo is the exact same on every single pitch. They're two totally different at-bats. So I look back, and you date yourself. Remember the Orioles had that great bullpen? It was Darren O'Day down here, Zach Britton here. Yeah. It was just different looks make guys uncomfortable. I felt like the worst part of spring training was getting 3 at-bats against 3 different guys. Guess what? Some guys might have 4 at-bats against 4 different guys.
Here's the problem. The Yankees are very good with, I just said, making you put it over the plate, right?
Correct.
So if there is a clunker somewhere, where do you get your 4 innings or so? Brent Honeywell. Guy coming back, numerous injuries, got picked up by the Pirates.
That was huge.
Pittsburgh.
67 pitches, 4 2/3 in a game that they were down and out. That was huge to help the high leverage
And you
guys.
need that, right?
Yes.
I remember a few years ago with the Red Sox, Evaldi, remember? Came and saved the bullpen.
Yeah.
But this guy here, somewhere along the line, he's going to factor, because not every starter, and they're going to have a bullpen game. So you need that guy to come in and give you that 4 innings of 1 run and really save the back-end guys.
And I tell you, Dave Roberts took some heat for saying, oh, you gave up on game 2, but when you know you have a bullpen game, like this is a marathon still. Within the scope of the series, this is a 7-game series. I can't empty the tanks in games 1 and 2 and then end up being split, and I sacrifice what I can come out in high leverage situations in games 4, 5, and 6.
Right. One thought I want to throw at you. Dodgers bullpen, second to last in ground ball percentage. Any concern with that? Balls up, it's flying out a little bit. You're not going to want to double plays with these guys.
I keep looking over Mikey's head, like Blake, sinker slider guys. What's the purpose behind sinker slider? You're basically the ball's going down, right? Outside of Kopech, and I know that Banda and Vesey, when he's in there, high fastball, but that surprised me when you tell me that number, because I would figure there's more ground ball guys, even with their approach. Phillips with a power breaking ball running down and away off the end of the bat kind of stuff.
These relievers too. Kopech, to Mikey's point, 11 strikeouts. Excuse me, not Kopech. Trying 11 strikeouts in 8 innings. He seems to be the most valuable weapon. Would you agree?
Yes. No, he's nasty. When I watched the pitchers, I'm like, this guy, I can't imagine giving up too many hard hit balls.
Right. And would you have Kopech as an opener again in the bullpen game? That was interesting.
I don't think it matters. I think it would be a matchup, right? I mean, I'm going to look at the Yankee lineup and figure out which of my right-handers. I'm not going to start a left-hander because I'm going to need him late. And it would be purely as a matchup based on hot zones.
I like power arms to start. I've bought into that. I want Thunder in the first inning, and then maybe you go to a Honeywell and see if he can get you 7 outs, something like that.
最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。大谷選手のインタビュー、いかがでしたか？圧倒的な戦績もさることながら、チームへ称賛の言葉を忘れないなど、大谷選手の謙虚な姿勢と、チームへの深い感謝の気持ちが伝わる発言からは、彼の人間性の深さが垣間見えましたね。これから始まるワールドシーズンからさらに目が離せなくなりましたね。ご視聴ありがとうございました。